Hi, welcome to Off the Diamond by Slo-Pitch for Autism. My name, as always, is Paul Holland, and joining me today is the man, the myth, the legend, comfortably gloved captain, Wayne Foreman. How you doing today, Wayne?
I'm doing great, Paul. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. You're up in the Barrie area. I know everything's been shut down up there, just like everywhere else in the province. How have you been coping?
It's been tough. Obviously with not having any baseball and all that stuff, but I've been trying to keep busy. Got back into one of my old passions, fishing. And I'm back to work now, so that's keeping me pretty busy. Thank God.
That's good to hear. Any big fish?
Yeah, I think you've seen it. I went out with Denver there, my son, on a charter, and I got a nice. I think it was about I say 15. I think it might have been a 12-pound lake trout, which was also my first one. So
Nice.
nice. Yeah.
Nice. I'll have to get you in Denver down here for a weekend to go salmon fishing.
Absolutely, I'm game. Absolutely.
Awesome. So you've played a lot of our SPFA tournaments over the years. Tell us a little bit about kind of what brought you into it.
Actually, an interesting story. As you know, I'm in recovery, and I started playing baseball on Sunday afternoons with a bunch of our fellowship people. And one of my good friends there, Duncan Farmer, got me involved in an SPFA tournament with him, and I was blown away by the camaraderie at this tournament. It was phenomenal, and I got to talk to some of the families there, and it was just instantly, it was just something that I was very passionate about. And as you know, I started coming to more tournaments and meeting more people, and it just grew and grew. And it's just, as I said, it's one of my huge passions right now.
That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. So you mentioned your recovery, and I know you're very proud of your sobriety. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, without getting too involved, obviously, for 35 years, basically, I was, like back and forth, but like really bad with alcohol and drugs, cocaine being my drug of choice. And it just got to the point in life where, I couldn't function, and it was controlling my life. I finally decided to go get help for it. And I just sit here today, just over 3.5 years clean and sober. And has been one of the tough things with this pandemic thing going on right now is with no baseball. Baseball was one of the things that was helping keeping me sober. Um, the camaraderie and the support and the whole 9 yards. And when this thing first happened, there was, I can honestly say that there was a couple of times where I almost gave up on it. I had no baseball. We had to cancel our trip. And I'm a very social person, and to be stuck in my apartment and not be able to go out and do things like that, and especially be out on the ball diamond, it was pretty tough. But as I said, thankfully through recovery, I've met a lot of really strong people that that are there for me and sort of pulled me through. And then there was, I sat down and I thought to myself, I'm sitting here in all this self-pity about what I can't do. Why don't I start looking at things that I can do? And, one of the things that I can do was, try and raise some money for SPFA. So, I mean, I got deep into that, and the support that comes from my friends for that is just incredible. So,
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned it because I was going to bring it up anyway. Your team is consistently one of our top fundraisers. Do you want to tell us just a little bit about how you go about that and why you make it such a priority to raise funds for SPFA?
well, it's, as I said, from talking to different families at the tournaments and stuff, and also now that I'm learning a bit more about autism and things like that, I'm finding out that I have a lot of friends that live with children that have autism and have autism in their family, and it's so obviously that awareness is getting out there, and it's so widespread, and the money's just not there. I mean, I remember Jess was telling me that she was talking to one of her friends, and she had actually, I think, commented on one of our draw posts that said, how much $500 really means to a family that is dealing with autism. And it's, my dad, he was always doing charity. He was a Metro policeman, and he was doing a lot of charity on the side. So I think I got a little bit of watching him do that and how it made him feel and things like that. So as I said, it's just the camaraderie with the autism tournaments is really just lit a fire under me. I actually struggled at the beginning, Paul. I see you guys don't know this, but I used to get so frustrated because I would come up with all these ideas in my head that I thought were great, and I'm going to raise money like this, I'm going to raise money like that, and they never worked. I was like, what the heck is going on here, right? But I just kept trying and trying, and I mean, here's a recovering alcoholic actually tried to do a bottle drive. Well, I forgot that most of my friends don't drink, so that didn't go over too well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, I saw a friend, actually Michael Wally, had done a 50-50 draw for his team. And I thought, you know what, this would be a great way that I could do that. And instead of raising the money for my team, because we're fine, I can give that money to autism. So we started off with the first 50-50, went out and got all the tickets designed up and whatever, which was all fun for me because it was doing all this stuff was cool. And when I saw the support that we had for it, I thought, hey, great, maybe this isn't going to be a one-time thing, right? So I think it's 3 we've done this year so far, and we're going to do another one off. So it seems to be working really well.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. You mentioned briefly, I just want to circle back to it for a second. When you first started out playing our tournaments, you didn't realize how many of your friends and family were affected by autism, and had members of their family with autism. Has it helped educate you a little bit, and then in turn, do you in turn educate others?
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, this is something I'm not, not proud to admit, but I was one of those people that if I was out in like the shopping mall or something like that, and I saw this child, freaking out or whatever, you know what I mean? I'd think, control that kid, you know what I mean? And, um, I was terrible for that. I mean, but now it's like whenever I see something now, it's like it's totally different, because I know that could be a child that has autism and is having an overload. You know what I mean? And I get that. And when I hear people say like, "Oh, they just shut that kid up," I'm like, "Look, do you know that child is okay? Like, that there might be something wrong. You might be having a sensory overload right now." And then of course they're like, "What?" And sort of explain it to them. I mean, actually, here's a funny story. Corey Stratton,
Mm-hmm.
his one of the first tournaments I was at for SPFA, um, his daughter was hanging off me all day, and it was starting to get to the point where I was getting a little frustrated. And then Rich got up and did his speech in between, and he talked about how when a child with autism, when they love somebody, they love somebody. You know what I mean? And then
Yep.
that's when I realized, and it clicked to me. I thought, wow, like that's what's been going on today. You know what I mean? Like all these different things that I didn't know. And it's like, every tournament I go to and I talk to a different family, you always learn something new, like there's just something that you don't know. So as I said, I just love it.
That's awesome, man. So you played a ton of our tournaments. You played lots and lots of games at our events. Do you have any specific favorite memories from one of our tournaments?
Well, obviously, my favorite memory of any SPFA tournament would be was it last year? I think somebody celebrated 50 years old or something at Barrie, and just did up a big cake and the whole 9 yards, and Rich made a nice little announcement, whatever. So that was awesome. But no, I can't single out any one tournament, Paul, because I enjoy them all.
Yeah.
They're all fun. Like Tournament of Champions, I got to say that the last time I was at Tournament of Champions, like that was just absolutely phenomenal. I guess that would be one that would stick out as one of my favorites.
That's awesome. We hope to have you back at the next one, whenever that may be. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Just like everybody else, we're just itching to get back on the field as well. Um, so let's dream for a minute here. Let's say we could host an SPFA event at any ballpark on the planet. Where would you like us to do it, and why?
I am a true Torontonian patriot, man. I would love to play Skydome.
The Sky Dome?
Absolutely.
The Rogers people might have a problem with you calling it that.
Was it
uh,
not called the Skydome anymore?
No, it hasn't been the Sky Dome for like 10 years. I got in trouble at a couple of years back. I was like, hey, we're at the Sky Dome. Well, no, this is the Rogers Center, sir.
Oh, wow. Okay. I've had this
Um,
problem with 10-year-old stuff before, but that was Shaggy. But anyway, we'll carry on.
yeah. Um, so, you have any plans for the future? Any big plans going forward?
No, unfortunately, as I said, I'm starting to get news up here that I just found out that Aurelia, they've canceled their ball season for the season. There's no chance that they're going to go. Still got our fingers crossed here that hopefully BSA might get a bit of a season in. To be honest with you, I'd be happy if we could get out and play a couple of SPFA tournaments, and that's good for me. And as I said, right now it's just been focused basically on fishing.
Yeah. No, I
Getting
hear
ready
you.
for the salmon run.
As soon as we get anything scheduled for SBFA, we'll let you know where it is, and I know you guys will travel to the ends of the province for us. So
Oh,
as soon
absolutely.
as we get up and running, I know we'll definitely let you know. So we're just gonna finish off here with some rapid fire questions. I'm just gonna ask you 10 questions. This first answer comes to the top of your head. All right,
All right.
real easy. First question is, who do you look up to?
My father.
Lobster or steak?
Sorry?
Lobster or steak?
Steak.
What do you like better, hitting or defense?
Defense.
City or country?
Country.
Favorite bat?
Mikan, DC 41.
If you could learn another language, what would it be?
Spanish.
Favorite baseball team?
Blue Jays.
Place you missed the most during the shutdown?
The Ball Diamonds.
Favorite band or artist?
Zeppelin.
Skiing in the Alps or swimming in the ocean?
Swimming in the ocean.
There you have it, my friend. Thank you for taking the time today with us. We appreciate you doing this, and hopefully everything goes well for you going forward. Thank you again for all your contributions to SPFA. I know the families that have received those funds are very appreciative, especially right now during these times. Thank you all for watching SPFA Off the Diamond. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons at the bottom to see more. And as always, you can follow us on our social media at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube. Thanks and have a great night.